G'day guys, it's Dave here from Old Rigs Down Under. Got a little bit of a different mission on the cards today. We've just got to have a bit of a look at this old Dodge. I don't know if it's about a 36 or something like that from what the new owner said. Anyway, I've got to pick it up and deliver it for him, which might be a little bit interesting. It's been sitting here for a long time, maybe 50 years, 40 years. Anyway, I've just gone around and put a bit of air in the tyres. That one wasn't too bad to begin with. That one there is going to give us a bit of grief, but it is holding a little bit of air. It is leaking a bit. But anyway, it should be enough for us to get it on the truck. He's a bit the same. But yeah, pretty cool original old thing. So Millbelong's a little village, just about 15 k's west of here. And Tootle is just where we are at the moment, which is really nothing more than an old wheat silo on a branch line for the grain board here in Australia. Yeah, pretty cool old thing. Not quite in my hitting zone, but yeah, still very cool, very original. Don't see too many like that. So yeah, anyway, we'll try and get it out of here. We'll need a tractor to get it out. It's not the best location because it's got those peppercorn trees just behind. But it does look pretty straight to me. Not knowing an awful lot about them. It does look in pretty good nick. So as long as we can get it rolling, we'll get it out of here with the tractor, and we might have to do a bit of pruning outside. And then we'll load it onto the trailer. Coming into the farm now with the ultraliner. Going to pick up this old Dodge. That's always nice when someone goes before you and opens the gates. So anyway, I'm not really sure just what they're going to do, whether the truck's going to be already out of the shed, or whether we're going to try and tow the thing out. But anyway, we'll find out shortly. Yeah, beautiful time to be driving around the farm. A little bit dry, but had a little bit of rain of late, and yeah, the crops are all looking okay. Hopefully we get a bit more rain for the rest of the month before spring starts. Anyway, like I say, days like this, it's a pleasure to be out and about, especially driving an old V8. Anyway, we'll get in and try and get this truck on. So we've got it loaded up. Didn't go up there too bad. We pushed it up there with the tractor. And got him up there. So it's a 1939 model. Still with the original family. But yeah, it's ready to go and start a new life somewhere else now. Yeah, but his father drove it home from Sydney in 1939, that's what he said. So they don't get too much more original than that. Righto, here we are, the old Dodge on the back. Taking its last ride out of Oak View. So it's been in the same family here since it was new in about 1939. I think that's what he told me. Yeah, his father went and picked it up from Darlinghurst or somewhere in Sydney in about 39 and drove it all the way home. Yeah, so this will be the last time it leaves the property. So this property's been in the same family since about 1860 or something like that. So yeah, they're just about to sell it up. Oh, it's being share farmed by another farmer, but yeah, it's the rain's coming to an end, unfortunately. But yeah, some really good history here anyway. So it's good just to be able to play a little bit of a small part and catch up with the original owner. I haven't seen him for quite a while, so for about 30 years I reckon, 25, 30 years, so it was good to catch him and yeah, just catch up on everything that's been happening since. So just adding a couple of non-original extras to the old truck. Just didn't want to lose these back mudguards here, so do something a bit better with them when I get home. They'll be right. They were just swinging, they're only just nailed in there one way and the nails are pulled out. So maybe it might just be good if we could just drill something right the way through, but don't want to damage it. Genuine 1939 Dodge cable tyres. Anyway, that'll get us home. Old tyre's not real good, but the rest of them are still staying up. Anyway, it was enough to get it on. It'll be enough to get it off. So in later years it became a fire truck, and a nephew or a cousin was a bit of an artist back in the day, so he brushed that on there. See his initials in the corner there. He was Brian Patrick Flynn, and he actually spelt the name wrong. There are two spellings of the name apparently, but the original Irish spelling is F-L-I-N-N. Anyway, bit of trivia for you. Learn everything here at Old Rigs Down Under. She's leaving the property for the last time. Anyway, it's going into good hands, like I said earlier. So yeah, we'll get it up the road for him, eh? So I just thought I'd get these couple of photos here, a couple of still shots of the Dodge parked next to the Oakview sign for the last time. Well, certainly the last time in the foreseeable future anyway. Righto, so I've got the old Dodge home and looking at property in daylight here. Rode pretty well. Probably just do something a little bit different with those straps, put a smaller one on it perhaps, and tie it to the vehicle rather than coming off the coaming rail of the trailer. With the doors I might just put a small strap going through the window around the back of the cab, again just so it's not anchored to the trailer. Apparently this is the original spare tyre that came with the truck, and yeah, it looks like it's tried to have a bit of a dance out of there last night, so I'll tie that up as well and just check it over, but otherwise it's pretty good. We've got a little bit of tray space left here. Unfortunately, none of the trucks are going to fit, but we go pretty close to fitting the 1955 tractor. So, well, because we are going to the truck and tractor show up at Dubbo, so we've just got the starting essentials in place here at the moment. Trusty old 1.8Z in there, just bloody chugging away, providing a few electrons. So just disconnected my slasher. I'll just give that battery a little bit of a charge up. It was a little bit doughy when I tried it earlier. And yeah, we might fire it up and see if it'll fit on. A little bit precarious to hold my camera while I'm trying to bloody get in, but anyway, we'll glow it a bit. You can hear that click there, and you can hear the ute change tone there also. Make it work a little bit harder. And obviously does pull a bit of current. Looks like it might be nice weather for Dubbo. It'd be a nice change to not have a thumping great frost there. Just give this thing about 25 or 30 seconds. It does actually say, give you some cold starting times on the preheater there. It's not too cold this morning, but it is just a bit sluggish. Give us somebody a bit more rabbit. She's definitely not keen to go. It's glowing for a little bit longer. Never done the pump up on this tractor or had the injectors out of it or anything like that, and don't really know too much about the condition of the engine. I mean, these 310 Waukeshas were pretty notorious for flying to bits. I mean, this thing's done nearly 3,600 hours. It has been rebuilt once that I know of. It got dusted, but then it looks like they put the old dirty air cleaners back in it after they rebuilt it. So you don't really know what goes through some people's minds, but you would hope they clean them first anyway. But we'll give her a bit more of a glow. This thing probably wants 2 batteries on it. It's only got 1 big battery and the leads aren't all that big, so definitely enjoys its time in spring and summer more than winter. Like I say, it's not even cold today. That's a beautiful mild day, so she's just a bit down on its luck, and it's probably just a bit of a signal to me to drive it a bit more often and do a bit more to it. So it's just standing me up in public, which is very nice of it. I've said before, maybe even with this, or maybe with the 2150, you've got to be able to spin these old diesels over pretty quickly to fire them up. Yeah, you factor in a bit of age, being a bit worn out. You know, the fuel injector pump just being a little bit lazy, the injector's not bloody atomising the fuel properly. It all contributes, so they do have to be spinning over pretty quick to get them to come to life. Go. Bloody old bastard. Anyway, I might go and find another battery for it. Righto, that battery's probably not brilliant, but anyway, let's see what it wants to do. Haven't probably said that for a while. Shouldn't need too much of a glow now. I'll just give it 10 seconds and see if the old bastard wants to go. Already on full throttle. Fuck, it's not going to go. took was a fair bit of frustration, plenty of swearing, and getting the old bastard to spin over a bit quicker. So I ended up hooking up the batteries, hooking up the extra battery on the starter motor as well. So, I mean, that gives us a bit of an indication that the starter motor's a little bit doughy and the leads are probably a little bit light. So, yeah, I better get to and do something about that. I've only been talking about it for 12 months. But anyway, she's a goer. So we're getting closer now. Got a bit of free deck space up here for a bull bar and a couple of bits and pieces for the Kelvin. Got the Dodge and the old 1955 on. Not a lot of room to spare. Yeah, the wheels just sort of sit on the outside of that tray, which is good. And the back wheels are almost touching those ramps. Oh, so front wheels are almost touching the ramps. So, yeah, should be right. Probably won't even need chains. Right, we're all loaded up and ready to go. So we've got the Kato bull bar there for Kelvin. The old Dodge for Andy. I've got the white for me. So anyway, it should either get me into or get me out of trouble. We'll see. These crop paddocks here always look good when it's not a drought, obviously, but yeah, there's plenty of water around here at the moment. They've had good rainfall most of the year. Always nice to have a bit of a look around. Probably not too far off the telescope up here, the Parkes Radio telescope. Just before the Allentown turn-off, so probably over this next hill we might nearly see it. The load's still on there, that's always a bonus. Yeah, we've got wave through the inspection station at Forbes, that's always a bonus as well. Telescopes down there, I don't know if you can see that. Anyway. But yeah, there we are. Like a nice bit of the world up here, so got about probably an hour or so to go into Dubbo. Then we can pull up and have a cold drink, I reckon. Sounds like a pretty good plan to me. Here's a couple of still photos from the show at Dubbo. Here's my ultraliner parked up. It's my brother's R600, which you may know from earlier videos. And a 4300 Transtar with a couple of old tractors on the back. A couple of Macs from the Hunter Valley, a B model and a Superliner. Pretty original 1994 CLR V8. A single drive Flintstone here with a C motor and a quad box from memory. It's a nicely restored Series 2 Superliner with a V8 in it. 3/4 cab plastic Atkinson, which was a bit of a rare bird. A late model SAR Legend from probably the last year or so. Parked up next to a C-Line Inter. Last of the Series 1 superliners here with the V8 in it, 85 model. And this is a Series 2 ultraliner with a setback front axle with a V8 in it. That's a V8 value liner, that one. Sold new into Goulburn. KM Bedford with a 653 next to a C-line Inter. Pretty tidy C-line with a 160 Cummins. Series 1 ultraliner, set forward front axle, very tidy this one. This is a pretty tidy Road Commander from Camden. A little Mack MIR based on a Brockway Husketeer cab. This 1418 Benz here is as good a restoration as you'll see. Coupled to a freighter trailer. It's absolutely beautifully done by a couple of brothers in orange. Absolute credit to them. A trio of V8 superliners in the shed. Pretty hard to go past them. Cab over Diamond Rio, which was a bit of a rare truck out here. There's actually two of these trucks at the show, which was really good to see. A pretty original Road Commander here with an 892 GM in it. An old Diamond Rio from Burke, this one, with a 335 Cummins. This is a long bonnet W model with a V1271 GM in it, one of only three in Australia. Beautifully restored, and yeah, a value liner here and an R600 next to it from Albion Park. Beautifully restored trucks. And here we are unloading the Dodge. Well, the big V8 made it home all right after a pretty successful mission. Had a really good show, and it was really nice to be part of the pickup and delivery of the old Dodge for Andy. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. That's all for this one, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching.